Now, first off, the fact that you're still here watching videos about investing and personal finance, I mean, congrats to you, because the majority of the people who invested during the bull run already lost interest. And as I always say, times of adversity are times of great opportunity. But there's no denying the fact that we are in very, very challenging time. It looks disastrous. I mean, I'm really scared checking my apps because I'm only seeing red and it looks bad across the board. But you know, this is the market reality. This is part of investing. Nevertheless, prices go up and down, that's natural, but what I love about investing in crypto is getting those juicy staking rewards. And for that, over the last few months, I've been loving Nexo platform, which has been amazing and offering some of the highest staking rewards out there. However, they are of course also not immune to the overall market conditions we're in. So when I recently got an email from them informing me about upcoming changes to their staking rewards, I thought to myself, oh my god, here we go again, another crypto.com. So that's why today I want to run you through what's going to happen to the Nexo platform and answer the question if it's still worth sticking around and staying with them. And yes, after the Celsius disaster, I mean, Nexo still allows you to do transactions, withdraw your monies, really looks quite strong and promising, and once again just give me so much more confidence in the platform that they are very liquid and continue to operate normally. Right, so I got the email last week and yeah, basically it's an update to the Earn Crypto Interest Rates program, and that's the only change that's going to be taking place. And what I really kind of like about it compared to crypto.com, as you may remember, a few weeks and months ago they started making a lot of changes and they were always effective from the day the email was sent, so you had no chance of reacting. So what I love about Nexo is that they basically give you an advance notice. I mean, that was sent at the beginning of June and the changes will only take effect from the 1st of July. So that gives you enough time to kind of move your funds before, if you so wish or not, because what we saw with crypto.com, when the email came, it was effective immediately. So if you didn't check your email for a few days, the price for the Kronos coin already started dropping and you didn't have time to sell in advance. So you would basically log in the loss, which happened to me. And I really didn't like that approach. So I really appreciated Nexo learned from that and kind of give an advance notice to let us know what's going to happen, and then we can decide if we want to stick around, change the platform, withdraw our funds. That's really up to you in the end. Right, so when you click on the email link, it takes you to their blog post, and here you can really see all the changes that will be effective 1st of July. And essentially it only affects a couple of coins, and these include Bitcoin and Linkcoin, Ethereum, as well as all stablecoins, PAXG coin, and lastly, of course, their own native platform token, the Nexo token. So mostly what happens to all of them is that they're lowering slightly the staking rewards, which once again is understandable in the situation we're in. Plus they introduce a certain threshold balance, which a lot of other platforms did as well. Right, so when we look in detail, you can see here the actual changes and what it will be. It's obviously sorted by level, so depending on what level you're having. I used to have platinum and I'll tell you in a second why I dropped down, but I always recommend, if you can, go for platinum loyalty level because you're gonna get the highest rewards, benefits, etc. And as you go down, you have the various different levels, gold, silver, and then of course base, which is the free level over here. So with the levels, how it works, basically you need Nexo tokens. The more Nexo tokens you have, the higher your loyalty level, and you would need 10% of your total portfolio or more in Nexo token. Let's say you have 10,000 in total in your portfolio, it would need to be 1,000 or more in Nexo token to qualify for platinum loyalty level. Right, so then you can see over here, Bitcoin basically dropped the interest rates slightly. It used to be and currently still is 5%, but now it will drop to 4%. And then there is a new addition here because they introduced a new balance limit, and that means anything over 4 million only is gonna get 2.5%. So, well, unless you're Warren Buffett, Elon Musk or Mark Zuckerberg watching this video, which probably is not the case, I think for most of us that really isn't an issue because, I mean, 4 million, that's an extremely high cutoff limit to get a lower staking reward. I mean, most other platforms, I believe in crypto.com, it was significantly less, and I really appreciate this. And yeah, it's a huge benefit to have. Definitely is worthwhile if you can to upgrade to platinum. So then if you happen to succeed 4 million, you're only gonna get 2.5% interest on the increment. Obviously on the amount below you're still going to get the 4%, on anything above 2.5%. And then you can earn in Nexo, and I really liked it because that gives you additional 2%, and that used to be the case and that's still the case. So basically instead of earning 4%, you can earn 6% per year paid to you daily, and that will be paid to you in Nexo token. And I prefer that because by getting those Nexo rewards, naturally my Nexo holdings maintains and grows over time, so I'm gonna keep that platinum level with time, which is great because then I obviously get more benefits in the long term. And if one day I feel I have too much Nexo in my account, I can of course convert it and buy Bitcoin or other coins from it. And then there's still the fixed 1 month additional 1% in place. So if you lock it up for 1 month, you're still gonna get that added 1%. So that's been the case before and that still remains in place. So technically you could get 7% on your Bitcoin per year paid to you, in this case monthly. But I always prefer to stay flexible because I never know what's happened, right? I mean, touch wood, it's not gonna turn into another Celsius or some other scammy platform. I really believe in Nexo, but you never know. I still like to stay flexible because the markets are volatile. I may also just move my funds out if I need to for various reasons. So I don't like to lock up my funds. I want to be flexible, and the 1% for me is not really worth it. So I'm gonna get the 4% plus the 2% in Nexo, and I'm super happy with this given the current scenarios we're in. Right then, let's move on. On your Ethereum, you're still gonna be getting 5%, so that hasn't actually changed. Only what introduced was the balance limit of the 4 million once again, and plus you have that option of a 1 month additional 1% for a fixed lockup, and the 2% if you choose to earn a Nexo token. So you can actually get 7% on your ETH holding without any lockup, which is quite incredible. Stablecoins, still you're gonna be getting 10% paid to you in stablecoins, or another 2% if you choose to earn a Nexo, so that will be 12%. And once again, that 4 million cutoff. If with the current prices you're still having more than 4 million in your portfolio, well done to you. I would strongly recommend you to start a YouTube because I want to be learning from you. And then lastly, Nexo. So they don't have any balance limit, but they did introduce a slightly reduced staking reward for the collateralized Nexo token. So what it means here, basically for the fixed term, you're still gonna get 12% on a 12-month lockup, so that's incredible, or 9% for 3 months lockup, which is great. And for the flex rate, so that means you can basically without any lockup move in and out, you're still gonna be getting the 4%. You're gonna get a slightly reduced 4% interest rate paid on this, but the great thing is you can use it as your credit line collateral. So basically I use all my Nexo token as my collateral and I can borrow against it. So basically I can, if I'm a platinum member, borrow at 0% interest or use my credit card at 0% interest. But in fact, by using my Nexo as my credit line collateral, I'm still gonna get 4% interest paid to me. So in fact, I'm gonna get paid interest for taking out a loan. So that's really, really amazing. So the fact that they still kept it is amazing. So if you go down the loyalty levels, in gold, you only have a limit of 200,000. So anything over 200,000 will then be getting only 2%. And for anything under, instead of 4%, it will be 3.5%, which is still very decent. And of course, the earning in Nexo, instead of 2%, it's gonna be 1%. The fixed month stays the same. The Nexo token didn't change over here as well. And then you can see the different levels in terms of silver for your Bitcoins. Now it's only 40,000. And once again, the interest drops to 3.25%. And of course, the earning in Nexo also drops to 0.25%. So you can see if you go to the base, the free, it's even lower at 25,000, and you're not gonna get any benefit in earning a Nexo token. And the staking rewards is still 3%, which, honestly is really not bad on your Bitcoin. And in Ethereum is actually 4%. So honestly, in the times we're in, really a good option for those who are a bit scared maybe of the Nexo token or don't want to have any exposure to some very risky tokens, so to say. Look, now I know you might be worried and say, why are they reducing this? Are they starting the same downward trend as Crypto.com? But I think we need to understand that any platform has to make financial sense, right? Crypto.com, I think they went just absolutely berserk on spending and marketing all across the world when times were good. They spent almost close to $1 billion in marketing activities around the world, sports, Formula 1, they were everywhere, which is great for brand awareness, but I do believe they over leveraged themselves and now they have to start cutting. I mean, they started cutting already before the heavy downward trend in the markets. Now Nexo, on the other hand, I think has been much more taking a frugal long-term approach to things. However, as the market's trending down, there's also less activity in the markets, and you have to understand all these crypto exchanges or stock brokerages, they're living off trading fees, right? If nobody trades on their platforms, they're not gonna make any money. All these rewards that they're paying is basically through trading fees, from lending and borrowing, people taking out loans against the crypto holdings to short or to use leverage trading. So as this activity and volume goes down less and less, and we see the same in Coinbase, which has been tanking the stock price because that's one of the few stock listed crypto exchanges out there, and you can see the stock price going down because literally the activity drops, right? And that's normal in a bear market or potential recession we're in. So it's only natural that they need to adjust as well. Otherwise, they would be burning through financial funds and in the end might face a similar situation like we have in Celsius. So I much prefer that they're cutting certain benefits for the time being, which potentially may come back in the future, right? But this way they can guarantee liquidity and continue operating normally compared to some other shady exchanges out there who promise you the world but then fail to deliver. Now, of course, like pretty much all cryptos and stocks, also the Nexo token has really plummeted recently. I mean, it used to be almost 3 euros less than a year ago. I bought around here when I was around 220, 215 I got in. It's been trending sideways and I quite enjoyed the ride. But then yeah, in recent times it really plummeted and it's now down to 77 cents. So really dropped quite a bit there, but I'm not selling. I'm keeping the funds I'm having. If you overlay this with the Bitcoin, you can see it kind of moves in parallel. Like most other coins, they really follow a Bitcoin, which obviously is the most dominant crypto in the market. You can see right now Bitcoin has a dominance of 45%. So of all cryptocurrencies out there, Bitcoin alone has a dominance of 45%. So yeah, one could argue now it's a great time to buy more Nexo tokens, and I agree it is in terms of price. But then again, of course, it's highly risky, and what I prefer to do is rather buy more Bitcoin in the future. But of course, that would mean that I will be dropping my loyalty level, and actually at the moment I dropped to gold because the Nexo token fell a bit more than the Bitcoin token, plus I have continued buying Bitcoin. So over time my Bitcoin position was higher in proportion to my Nexo holdings, so naturally I dropped from platinum to gold. So that means I'm getting a little bit less staking rewards, which is totally fine for me. The biggest thing right now I'm missing out on is that on my credit card, every time I use the Nexo card, instead of getting 2% Nexo cashback, now I only get 1% Nexo cashback, which yeah, it's a little bit shame. So hopefully I will soon get back to platinum, and I do believe that I soon get back to it because now all my staking rewards are paid to me in Nexo tokens. So with every single day, I'm gonna get more Nexo tokens into my account. So over time, that balance will increase. And I guess the more I travel and use my cards, I also get Nexo. So in a couple of days or weeks, depending on how the price of Nexo token plays out, I should increase my level, my percentage of Nexo coin holdings in my account. And then I think I will be back to platinum to reap those higher rewards. But at the moment, I will not buy any Nexo tokens from my own cash because I think naturally, organically, I will get there over time. And let's not forget, crypto is a very dynamic asset class, right? I mean, these things come and go, exchanges come up with new offers, some offers are being dropped, so it's very dynamic, and I really recommend you to keep checking regularly, see what's out there, which other platform gives you better benefits. And I really recommend you to check out stakingrewards.com. It's a great website where you can see for the different coins, what are the current staking rewards out there, what you can get on your different coin holdings, what are the top lending platforms to see who's offering the best at the moment, staking providers, etc. So it's a great overview to see where you can get the most bang for your buck, because I think in a downward market like we are in now, you really have to capitalize the holdings you have and get the most staking rewards for that. Because now when I essentially get free Bitcoin, this in the future will grow by a much higher amount. So I really appreciate getting those staking rewards. So check this out regularly to stay up to date and see if you can move your funds elsewhere. And that's why I really prefer not locking up any of my funds, even though I might get a slightly higher staking reward, but by keeping them flexible, I can move in and out of positions or move them to another exchange if I see a better offer out there. So yeah, I just love to stay flexible, and with Nexo that really allows me not to be locked in as I had to be in crypto.com. So I much prefer the platform, and so far, once again, touch wood, they have been very solid, have been very quick to answer to all my queries. They actually offered Celsius to bail them out because they seem to be much more liquid and have funds available. I really like that they're strong on collateralizing all their loans, so they have a high LTV ratio, so that way they're safeguarding themselves from a potential exchange run where people withdraw all their funds at the same time. Moreover, I'm actually in touch with the corporate office, and they've been really open to me and actually asked if they would be available for an interview with me, which would be amazing. They said that they will look into this, but for now they said any question I have, I can write to them directly and they will answer. So please, if you have any questions or concerns about Nexo, pop them in the comments below and I will relay them to their team and they will get back to me and I will share them with you. So hopefully that will be useful and takes away a bit of the panic right now that people are facing when they think they can't be able to withdraw their funds from any of the platforms. And if you want to learn more about Nexo and some tips and tricks, then check out the video over here. I really appreciate you for watching all the way until the end. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel, means the world to me. As always, stay healthy, get wealthy, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao!